Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, we're going back to Wakanda. Your first look at the full trailer for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Then, how can two little grapes change your wine drinking experience? Wine diva Leslie Miller will show you. And
3, 2, boom.
tricks and treats when Kendall takes you to a very Valley Fair Halloween. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Internet. Hello, television people. Welcome to The Jason Show. I'm Jace. Thank you for being here. Hi. Thank you. Okay, you got to clap one more time because that's Kendall Mark right there. Hi, Kendall.
Hi. Hi. Good morning.
Beautiful shot, Leo. How you doing?
I'm good. You covered all the bases there with morning, noon, and night, and then like internet, TV.
Well, because the longer I'll get messages on my socials or whatever. A lot of people do record it or they watch the full episode on YouTube on the TV
Yes.
later in the day.
My
So,
mother does that.
Yeah, my mom usually watches live, but the
Same.
youngins watch on the YouTube
Yes.
and yeah, I do too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you doing well?
I'm doing great.
Well, you're getting ready to be better. I have a little story and I have a little surprise for you.
Should I be nervous?
No, you shouldn't be nervous, and this isn't a huge surprise, but it's very sweet.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm ready.
So you will remember, and if you watch the show, you'll remember, I made a passing comment that I love Taco Bell. It's my favorite. I love it. I love the Broadway in Minneapolis. I love the Broadway Taco Bell. Yeah, that's my bell.
TV guy.
Yeah, the TV. I need to know her name, but I always give people nicknames. But my Taco Bell girl, I pull up. She goes, "What's up, TV boy?"
Yeah.
And then she gives me a little bean burrito, and yeah. Anyway, and I love her, and she always wants me to take her to Disney World. So I said on the show that I love Taco Bell, and I've never been to Taco John's, and that offended you.
Yes, Leo and I were very offended.
That offended director Leo,
Yes.
and it offended my husband, Colin,
Oh,
because
yeah.
Colin loves the Taco John's. You looked at me like I had just stepped on your toe.
You did.
When I said I've never been to Taco John's. So I was sitting at one of my favorite little towny bars up by the cabin called Finish Line. And I'm sitting there, and Sarah, the bartender, hi, Sarah. Sarah goes, hi, Jason. The owner of Taco John's came in here and was sad to hear that you have never been to Taco John's. And also was very thrilled that Kendall stood up for Taco John's.
You're welcome.
So it's perfect that we're telling the story today because today is National Taco Day. So, yeah. So,
Do we have food?
so Sarah proceeded to show me that the Taco John man wrote a letter and gave us a bag full of Taco John stuff. Yeah. So we have Taco John t-shirts and Frisbees. We have Taco John bucks. We have decorative keychains.
A mug?
A mug.
Give me that mug. Give me
he
that
wrote
mug.
a, don't touch it. He wrote his name's Eric. And he goes, Jason, I saw your show a few days ago. I thought I would try to help Colin and Kendall in convincing you that Taco John is better than Taco Bell. That's right. P.S. And I gave you extra stuff for lifelong fans, Kendall and Colin. So there we go.
Thank you.
Thank you to Eric for that. You didn't need to do this. I went.
Why are you taking it away from me?
Well, I'm giving it to you later, but we have a job to do. We got to do the show.
Okay.
But I went, and I will tell you, I went finally for the first time.
And?
I paid my own way. I didn't use that. I want to help them out.
Uh-huh.
You are right. You are right.
Yes, for the Taco John's!
The Taco The potato olays.
Did you get it with the cheese sauce?
Yes, I did.
Oh, queen.
I saw above me. I saw the face of Oprah. I saw
Madonna.
Gail.
All of them.
I saw Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean?
The trifecta.
I saw. It was fantastic. So you're right.
Thank you.
I'm still gonna. Okay, come back to me on 5. I'm still gonna go to Taco Bell, but I do like Taco John's now too. Yeah, if I can love both.
You can love both. You're wrong, but you can love both.
Yeah. Speaking of food, we also want to give a heads up to anyone that's coming to our show next week. Our station, Fox 9, is holding a Voices for Change food drive, benefiting, I love this organization, Second Harvest Heartland. Members of our studio audience next week are encouraged to bring items to donate. If you bring 5 non-perishable items, you're going to get a Jason Show mug. Items can be donated Monday through Friday next week. So come, and right now, all Aaron Schwab is thinking is, where am I going to find these mugs? That's right.
I don't know, Aaron. I really don't.
I don't know. But come to the show, we'll find them, bring the food items, and we're going to help a good organization.
Awesome.
That's right.
Very cool.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, speaking of that, if you reserve tickets to our audience, like my friends here did, make sure you look in your spam folder. We're having a situation where people are getting a confirmation email and they're not showing up. So we're afraid it's going in your spam folder, so look in your spam folder. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. I've never really heard that sound effect.
That is so
Yeah.
beautiful. It's like a waterfall.
It's beautiful, yeah. For 2 years, we've been wondering, how will Marvel deal with the death of Chadwick Boseman in the Black Panther sequel? Well, it looks like we might have an answer. A new trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever dropped. Let's look at that.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
Now is our time to strike. Show them who we are.
Well, it appears, spoiler if you don't want to know anything, well, you probably didn't watch it if you don't want spoilers. It appears that a woman is taking over, one of the characters, don't want to say anything more, is taking over as Black Panther. Wakanda Forever hits theaters next month. Are you happy?
I am. I think I guessed this a while ago, that maybe, I was thinking maybe his sister would take over the role. I don't know if that's the case, but that they'd have a woman do
I think
it.
it's his sister. I think. That's my guess. Well, we don't know.
It'd be so cool.
Like Jeff said, they could be throwing us.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Don't know.
I mean, it's just a trailer.
It's true.
They could be tricking us.
It's true, but that'd be really cool.
It's going to be, that first weekend is going to be record setting as far as box office is concerned. It's going to be huge.
It looks so good.
It looks so good, yeah. And then there's a new villain that, like, he's underwater. He controls their version of Atlantis.
Oh, yeah.
And he has little feathers on his feet.
And they
Yeah.
have like babies under the water.
I don't know.
Swimming.
Next to the dish, Lindsay Lohan knows how to resurrect a career, doesn't she? After a decade,
Does she?
Well, she does, yeah. After a decades-long break from acting, she's back. Next month, she's going to star in a new Netflix Christmas movie called Falling for Christmas. Now, the log line from Netflix is as follows. A newly engaged, spoiled hotel heiress gets into a skiing accident, suffers from total amnesia, and finds herself in the care of a handsome, blue-collar lodge owner and his precocious daughter in the days leading up to Christmas. Yeah, that's right. That's basically Overboard without Goldie Hawn. Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that.
You never seen
sorry.
it? This is Lindsay's first film in a 2-picture deal with Netflix. Falling for Christmas drops next month. Yeah.
Huh, tell me more about Goldie Hawn movie?
What?
What's this Goldie Hawn movie?
Oh God, it's called Overboard.
Does she like go overboard like a ship overboard?
She does. She's rich. She's obnoxious.
Uh-huh.
And she gets into a fight with a construction man played by Kurt Russell on her yacht.
Oh, they're married now. Well, not married, but they're forever together.
And then he takes her. She has amnesia, and he makes her believe that she's married to him.
Oh, touche.
Now look, looking at it through 21st century, it's not the most PC plot of all. Yeah, but back in the 80s, we laughed at everything. I mean, you know what I mean? We didn't care much, you know? Everything was funny in the 80s. I mean, you know, but just saying. It was still funny. And Roddy McDowall was in that movie, who you have no idea who that is, and that's fine.
No idea.
Hey, before we go, speaking of legends, we found out right before we went on the air that country music icon Loretta Lynn has passed away. You know, for me, I will always associate her with Coal Miner's Daughter, the Academy Award-winning film with Sissy Spacek. Loretta really was the first woman of country music. She paved a way. I mean, you know, one of the things that people forget about her is she was a trailblazer in country in so many ways. She was one of the first performers to talk about having multiple children, being left kind of widowed because of the Vietnam War. She talked about birth control in her songs. And a lot of country music radio stations wouldn't play Loretta's music. So she really, in so many ways, she broke down so many barriers for women in country music. So Loretta Lynn, R.I.P. And yeah, we found that out right before we went on the air. We're going to take a break, everybody. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. You like that? You're welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. So, Rebecca Romijn, not Stamos anymore. Rebecca Romijn and husband Jerry O'Connell were with Andy Cohen last night. And Andy forced them to confront their past fashion choices. Wait till you see this. It's our late night rewind.
Here is Rebecca wearing Burberry in 2001 at the opening of a Burberry store.
I liked it back then.
Hat.
Yeah, you know
your
what?
bagpipes.
I thought it was Versace then. I'm gonna go Versace.
Oh, she's throwing it on the hibachi.
Yeah, throw on the hibachi.
She burned it up. Jerry, here you are in 2000.
Oh,
wow.
shoot.
I was Jerry, what's happening here?
Farmers
I was
only.
trying for something. It was like an Adam Sandler, like, look at me, I wear jeans thing, but I'm wearing penny loafers that my mom bought me at like a Hush Puppy store. That's hibachi. Just get rid of it now.
Rebecca, how do we feel here at...
No.
Hibachi. No, Versace. I want that in a frame. I want to shag that one right there. Shag
The parade was a no-go.
Here's Jerry. Maxim. Wait,
What was
is that the Maxim party where you met Rebecca?
That's where we met.
That's in 2004.
That's
Did you meet
it.
in 2004?
Yes.
That's
That
it.
was the night
That's
you
the
guys
day we
met.
met.
Well, now I
That's it.
see why you...
Come on,
Yeah,
look
sure.
at him.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, all right, Field.
It's not
This
even
is-
fashion.
All right. Jerry's a good-looking guy. He was so good when he was on our show. He's
Yes.
such a nice guy. The two, by the way, the reason you're seeing them a lot, they are hosting the new Real Love Boat on CBS. I gotta watch that.
Be pretty funny.
So, we had a Jason Show staff outing yesterday. Okay, audience, get ready. We did this for an upcoming story. So Jeff, Ted, Kendall, and I played whirly ball. So, just so you know, it was Jeff and me versus Ted and Kendall. So it was old people versus young people. Audience, there was a lot of yelling. There was some finger pointing. There was harsh language. And we need to go to the control room right now and chat with producer Ted. Ted, you look a little angry, Ted.
I just want to point out, Jason, do you know who that is?
Is that Benedict Arnold?
That is absolutely Benedict Arnold.
What? Okay, now why do you have a photograph of Benedict Arnold?
Well, and on this computer over here, I'm looking up the definition of traitor.
Oh, wait, why are you looking up the definition of traitor?
Because when I went into this match yesterday, it was young versus old. I thought I had a teammate.
Yeah.
It turns out that teammate wasn't exactly who she said she was.
No, because what Ted is referring to and what Kendall is snorting about is the following. Ted was the last to arrive at the location. So we had a fun plan that we said, hey, let's all go after Ted.
Period.
Because you're in bumper cars and you're trying to shoot this little point thing. Here we are right here. So, but once Jeff and I got into the vehicles, our competitiveness kicked in, and all we wanted to do was annihilate Ted and Kendall. Now, we won't tell you how this ended up, but you can look at Kendall. Now, that's enough, Leo. We don't want to show too much. But you can just look at Kendall's face, and it'll tell you everything you need to know.
She was terrible.
You were worse than me, and I was busy trying to run my cart into your cart because that was our plan.
Yeah, and how do I?
She couldn't even control her car.
Yeah, how do I? You know,
I'm sorry, is that a sexist joke?
No. Here's what I will say gently. This is as gentle as I can say this. Both of you were horrible. I mean, both of you were equally, both the people on your, now hold on a minute. Both of the people on your television screen last night, or right now, were horrible at this game.
Okay, so I couldn't figure out how to get out of reverse, like ever. I mean, but that wasn't totally my fault.
I don't have hand-eye coordination, but to say equally bad,
if you put us together, we'd be good.
I think I was less bad.
Okay,
your aim?
Okay.
Jason, his aim.
Ted's aim was bad. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up, but Leo, just bye Ted. I won't tell you who, but if we're playing charades, this Leo to stand 5. This was one of those two yesterday.
I couldn't figure out how to get out of reverse.
This was one of my colleagues yesterday, and I won't. Oh God, now I'm dizzy.
It's really hard to get out of reverse once you're in it.
It is really hard to get out of reverse. Okay, I'm going to try to read this now. I'm a little dizzy.
That's what you get.
Here we go. Next to the dish. Yesterday we told you about Will Smith's redemption tour, his latest movie. It is getting rave reviews. It's on Apple. They released a trailer. I haven't seen this yet. It's called Emancipation. Let's look.
I heard it myself. Slaves are free. Zazu. Lincoln. We must get to Lincoln's army. 5 days. Through this swamp.
There are many ways to die in a swamp.
There are many ways to die here.
I will not be afraid. What can a mere man do to me?
So, Emancipation is set during the Civil War, and Will plays a slave turned Union Army soldier. It's going to hit theaters in Apple TV Plus in December. Aaron Schwab, while we were looking at that, actually had a really good idea. If I'm Apple, because here's the deal, no matter how you feel about Will, it's really unfair to the hundreds of people that worked on that movie and the other cast members to just kind of, I don't want to say, I have a bad feeling about Will.
Yeah.
Because then you're discounting everybody else that worked on it. So Aaron said, and I agree, if I'm Apple, send everybody else out to do publicity, and maybe not Will. You know what I mean? To keep the focus on the movie. You know, I get that Will's a star, but do it for the film. Don't put him out there, because you know what's going to happen? Everybody like me that does an interview with him, he's going to get asked not about the movie, he's going to get asked about the Oscars. And that's not fair to everybody else.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that's what I would do.
And it does look amazing.
It does look beautiful.
It does. And I know I was reading an interview that Antoine Fuqua did on the piece, and he was asked a couple different ways, how do you feel about Will sort of taking the attention away from this piece? And he really sort of just avoided it the whole time. So it's already happening.
Can you blame him? Yeah. Next in the dish, there was a first on Dancing with the Semi-Stars last night. Y'all know it's streaming on Disney Plus now. You guys know about Selma Blair's battle with MS. Well, she has apparently experienced sensory overload on the show with all the lights and music. So they had a remedy. Look at this. You know, the saying is, the show must go on. Incredibly brave of her. She scored in the middle of the pack. Spoiler alert, the bottom two were GMA weatherman Sam Champion and Charlie's Angels alum Cheryl Ladd. And Cheryl got the boot.
She's been in the bottom a couple times now,
Yeah.
right? So,
But I mean,
sense.
you know,
Sad
I feel
day.
bad for Cheryl. I liked her on Charlie's Angels.
I watched the second iteration of the Angels.
You mean the
like
movie?
the Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
The movie, yeah.
Yeah, you were a
Drew
little
Barrymore,
young
Lucy Liu.
for that era, Three's Company and that whole thing, yeah. But it wouldn't be Dancing with the Stars recap on our show if we didn't play America's new favorite game. It's time for What Was Tyra Wearing? That's right, let's look at this, that's right. Here's her very dramatic entrance. Let's look at this together. Now I like the trench because it looks like Burberry and I enjoy the Burberry, but okay, see, now this is the problem again. Her entrance is like 18 minutes long.
That is a belt, girl. Like WWE.
I mean, again, now I love him.
And a suit.
Yeah, anyway, next in the dish. Music executive Scooter Braun was interviewed by NPR, by an NPR podcast, The Limits. Remember, Scooter had a feud with Taylor Swift when he bought her masters against her will, her master songs. And he talked about one of his biggest regrets. Look.
The regret I have there is that I made the assumption that everyone, once the deal was done, was going to have a conversation with me, see my intent, see my character, and say, great, let's be in business together. And I made that assumption with people that I didn't know. Yeah. And I learned an important lesson from that I can never make that assumption again. I can't put myself in a place of, arrogance to think that someone would just be willing to have a conversation and be excited to work with me. I don't know these people.
Yeah, but here, you want to give everyone like a chance, be like, I feel bad, but you knew what you were doing. And you knew what you were doing. And my feeling is you're only doing this kind of apology situation because you knew, you saw that the press was against you. Mm-hmm. You saw that most of the comments were favoring Taylor and not you. That's my take.
Right, and just the idea that I just really didn't have much of an idea. There were millions and millions and millions of dollars in exchange here, and you had no idea.
Yeah, Bethany Frankel said this one time on Housewives about Sonia. Mm-hmm. You can't play dumb and smart. He's a really smart businessman.
Right.
So you can't play smart, but then act dumb about this particular aspect of it.
Right.
Doesn't really work.
Right, when you already knew that you and Taylor already didn't like each other.
Yeah.
So it was like you went into this knowing that. It just doesn't make sense.
Absolutely. Hey, we have like 10 seconds. Remember I told you about the film fest that we did for the radio station for charity? Well, if you couldn't make the screening, they're now available online. You can watch them at home, and they give you a link, and it's $10. And what happens is that $10 gets divided between the 4 wonderful charities. So go to mytalk1071.com, and let me tell you, you can see me like never before. And my friends Lori and Julia, Colleen and Bradley, and Donna and Steve. And to all the creatives that helped, I'm very grateful, and thank you. All did a wonderful job. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back in a moment. The hot dish is done, but the fun and funny are just getting started, hopefully. Coming up next, our Chanteuse of Chardonnay returns with how 2 little grapes can change your whole wine drinking experience. And then, looking for a spooky space to celebrate Halloween,
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I've never had anything out of a blood bag.
Kendall gives you a peek at the all-new season of fun at Valley Fair. That and more when we come back. It's like an episode of Falcon Crest without all the backstabbing. Welcome back. Not all grapes are created equal, and today we're learning about 2 more grapes and how they can change your wine experience. Give it up for our wine diva, the Angela Channing of our show, Leslie Miller, everyone. Do you know who Angela Channing is?
No.
She was the diva on CBS's Falcon Crest.
Oh, yes,
yeah, she owned the
of course.
winery.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I just watched it for Lorenzo Lamas.
Didn't we all?
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, congratulations on the new wine shop.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. It's so exciting.
I wasn't there that day, and I live right by you, so yeah, I gotta come. Colin and I are like, where was our invite? But
I
yeah.
know. Kendall stole the show.
Well, doesn't she always? That's right. I love her. Okay,
All right.
So what are we doing today?
So we're comparing 2 grapes. Remember when we did this a couple weeks
Yes.
ago? We talked about where wine comes from and how important it is to how the wine actually comes across your palate.
Yeah. I love
Giant
this.
difference, right? Okay, so you're going to start with this little Chablis.
Okay.
So we're comparing the 2 grapes, Chardonnay and Cabernet today. Chablis is northern Burgundy. This is a cool region. So climate here plays a giant difference in the way of how acid and actually the fruit sugars in the grape interact with the wine on your palate. So this, when you give it a nice big swirl.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Audience, I forgot to swirl. Okay, there we go.
Training wheels, and then you lift it up into outer space.
Okay.
Now, when you put your whole nose inside the glass, you notice it actually kind of smells a little bit gravelly and a little salty.
Thank you for saying that. I was afraid I was going to offend you. It smells like gravel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, this soil up here is all sorts of chalk. So you get that chalky note in the nose, and then the mouthfeel of it when you taste it.
I already did, yeah.
You did. You already did. It's super acidic,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
It makes your mouth water, salivate. It has that great line of acidic
I
value.
like this.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I
Lemon,
enjoy
limey.
this.
So people always think that Chardonnay is like the grape that everybody thinks, oh, I don't drink it because it's too oaky. That has nothing to do with the grape. Literally.
See, I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
And I think I love this when this happens. I think you just changed, because I don't like Chardonnay. When I see it on a menu, I'm like, ugh.
Right.
Oak, wood.
Right.
I feel like the log lady from Twin Peaks. Like I'm
Right.
just gnawing on wood, yeah.
That's sort of the New World version of this grape. People used to love to put it into brand new oak barrels. It kind of sucks it all out. This is sort of that style a little bit. In between, as you move around the world. Now, I love Chardonnay from Oregon. That's another one that I brought, and I totally invite people to get into the Willamette Valley for Chardonnay. You have sort of like this in between. And then when you head into places like Napa Valley, California, yes, it's warmer. And so the fruit definitely takes on a tone of having bigger, rounder, sort of tropical fruit notes.
Ooh, yeah.
When you smell it, it's almost like a juicy, I'm going to say it, Oompa Loompa fruit parade going on here.
Oh, wow,
in the
that
glass.
is very apparent.
Yes, right.
And these are both the
Chardonnay,
same
100% Chardonnay.
And
Yep.
again, the grape
Yes.
is named after the region, right?
Well, the grape is the grape.
The grape is the
piece of
grape.
it.
No, say it.
So in France and Europe, the wines are always named after the region.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Chablis is actually northern Burgundy, but here we're just talking about Napa, California, and this tends to be like a little bit rounder in the mouth, right?
I don't like Chardonnay. I like this.
Yeah, well, Brown Estate is really stunning.
Oh.
They're a gorgeous little winery.
I enjoy this a lot. Yeah. Okay, we'll continue.
Okay, we'll continue.
There we go.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to France. And we're going to do the same thing with Cabernet. So when you look at French Cabernet, again, when you smell it, you're not
Do I
going to
shake
get
this too? Yeah, okay.
You shake it. You shake it.
Okay.
You shake it. You get these like bright acidic notes, and you're always going to get sort of dirty, earthy notes coming out of old world wines. Whites, reds, pinks, the whole thing. Sparklings. Now, this kind of spicy.
You know what? It smells like an old library book.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect.
An
Great.
old library book.
Perfect tasting notes,
Yeah.
Chase. Yes, it definitely has like a sort of a funkier note to it. Again, the acid comes through, but you smell a little bit more on the dirt and earth side. weird.
The audience is not loving
They're
my
not.
description of that one. Yeah.
They're like, yum.
Okay, may I?
Yes,
Okay.
go for it. Yeah. So what you're getting here is a little bit more on the spicier side of things, right? It's
Not
like a
Old
little
Library
zip.
book.
No.
No.
You get some nice fruit coming through.
It's popping.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
So again, the acid is higher as you're moving into the southern part of France.
Okay.
Versus moving into a place like the Margaret River, which is now we're moving into Australia. It's kind of a cool area because it's like Mediterranean climate. So it's again in between something like a California version where you're getting, I always get this sort of like eucalyptus side, like minty side to Australian Cabernet. And it's really just kind of beautiful, super juicy.
It smells like Spaceship Earth in Epcot Center.
Okay.
It does. Addie knows. It smells like the inside of Epcot Center's Spaceship Earth, the big ball.
Oh, wow.
It does.
Okay.
It smells just like it. And if
Strawberry
Addie smelled
sweat.
this, you would say the same thing. Yeah. Anyway, may I drink this now?
Yes,
Oh.
drink this.
Okay, I almost spilled. Oh my God, I almost tossed. Oh, that
That would have been bad.
Though
this
it would have been a
morning.
great TV moment, it wouldn't have been a good friendship moment. No, it would not. Hey, should we do the last one? Jeff, should we come back maybe and do the last one? Okay, we have one more,
Yes,
right?
we do.
We have one more, and then you submitted some questions for Leslie. Really good ones. Like if you're just starting off with wine, Leslie's going to help you. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. Cheers. Addie. Welcome back, my friends. So, more wine talk with Leslie Miller from Amusé Wine and the new Sip Better store in the North Loop of Minneapolis. Okay, we have one more.
Yes. Okay, the last one that I brought was a Cabernet from California. This is Paso Robles, Central Coast of California. It gets actually really nice and warm here. So again, when a grape is grown in a warmer climate, you always get these tones of big, sort of juicy fruit.
Yeah.
Now this, compared to that French one that you smelled, when you smell this, whoa.
Oh.
It is all about fruit, right?
Oh.
It's like you just took blackberry jam and, you know, bathed in it.
If I was a wine, I would be this wine. Just
luscious.
nothing but fruit.
Just luscious.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big blackberry notes, all that black cherry note going on here too. And then when you taste it, it's definitely super juicy. It has that note of like really being just very
I'm with
round,
Jeff, executive
lovely.
producer. This is my favorite.
Yeah.
Out of
yes.
all of them, this
and the
is, yeah.
Fabulous, the Fabulous is always great. It's such a great bottle also too if you're having Cabernet for the first time.
Really?
Yes.
What's-
Absolutely. The Fabulist.
Oh, look at that label too.
Yes.
Because if you're like Jeff and I said this, we buy by the label if it's a cool label. Is that like a Silence of the Lambs bug on there? What is that on there? Is it a
It
moth?
says cicada actually.
Oh, okay, fabulous.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So many of you have asked questions. Not that I think, it's Buffalo Bill wine or anything, but some of you submitted questions about wine, so it's time for another round of Ask Leslie. So here we go. First up is Luann. Luann asks, I was looking for organic wine, and the woman helping me said, just drink French wines because they don't use chemicals. Is this true? And you're making a face like I'm pinching you or something.
Luann needs to come to Sip Better because she needs to come to my wine shop. That's really false information. So there's not a law there that says you can't use chemicals. So everybody sort of dictates, regions dictate what you can do. Now, of course, when you go into old world regions, Europe, they do oftentimes farm sustainably, organically, biodynamically, but that is not always the case. So France, no, it is not a rule or a law that there's no chemicals there.
Okay,
Yeah.
false information.
Yeah, I know. I feel
Okay.
bad for people when they go to a place and
Trust
get the
this
wrong
one.
info.
Next is Taylor. Hi, Taylor. He asks, how long does an opened bottle of wine last in the refrigerator? That's actually a really good question.
This is an amazing question because people ask this all the time.
Do they?
Yeah, they say, what if I like suck out the vacuum piece that goes in here? What if I suck out the oxygen? What if I put it in my fridge? What if I put in the argon gas? All these things. Wine realistically has 2 days. It has 2 days.
That's it?
Yes,
No
it
matter
has
what you
2
do?
days, no
Because I have
matter.
one of those little air sucker things.
Yeah, you could Walt Disney cryogenically chamber these babies and they're still just 2 days. I know.
I think we all learned something. 2 days.
2
That's
days.
It. No matter if you have the vacuum or not.
That's right. This is why you buy box wine. I say this all the time. There's amazing box wines in the market, and you can actually keep a box wine for 4 weeks because there's no oxygen coming in. And
the person that's clapping is not a member of our audience. It's Kendall. Yeah. Okay, next.
Okay.
Marissa. She asks, hey, I'm fairly new to drinking wine. What is a good variety or bottle to start with?
Ooh, this is also another really good question. You know, people would say probably start with white, but I don't always think that that's the case. I mean, I love starting with a rosé. I think that rosé is, think of it always as a lighter version of the red grape varietals that you already love. People already think too that rosé is sweet, and that is not the case. Or you could do something like a light-bodied white grape. Remember too that Riesling, we talk about this grape a lot, that everybody thinks it's sweet, but you know, really beautiful little Rieslings from Austria, that'd be a really fun grape to start with too.
Or just come in to sit better and ask
Yeah.
Leslie. Finally, Erica. She asks, hey Leslie, what's your favorite wine opener? Are those expensive automatic openers worth the price?
Oh,
good questions.
Yeah,
today.
these are awesome questions, and I have so many clients that, you know, I'll go over to their home and they have like the giant with the, you know, the wings, all the gadgets, and I always say the waiter's corkscrew is absolutely the way to go. This is it. This is all you need.
You don't need anything else.
You really don't. Don't overspend your money on gadgets and all the other things around wine. This is it. This is the only thing as sommeliers and people in hospitality, this is what we use.
Say it. How do you say it again?
This is a waiter's corkscrew.
No.
Sommelier?
See, I pronounce it, I've been pronounced
No, you say sommelier. Yes.
I can say that?
Yes.
You said it very fancy though.
So, Kendall learned how
Say
to
it
say
again.
it. Sommelier. Sommelier.
Whatever.
Kendall?
Sommelier. I don't know. Leslie Miller, I'll call her. There we go. Head to amusewine.com. Hey, it took me 7 seasons to pronounce that right. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. Go to Leslie's Wine Shop.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back. Halloween season is here, everyone, and there's something new for families at Valley Fair. Tricks and Treats is replacing Valley Scare. It's going to take us all a little while to get used to that name. Transforming the amusement park into 4 different Halloween haunts. And Kendall got a little preview of it. Look at it.
Hey, what'd you say?
So you're ruining the suspense.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. All right, now you can come scare me.
Okay. Okay, close your eyes. Here I come. 3, 2, boom. Did I scare you?
I actually kind of built it up, so now it wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
Okay, well, anyway, we'll try this again. Take 2. I call this Cinderella's carriage from a nightmare. You know when she turns it into a pumpkin? Yeah, pretty freaky. But I'm only here today because it's apparently not freaky. I avoid Valley Scare like the plague, and I found out that that is not what it is this year. This year, there's like lands of candy and fun and possibly blood bags. I would just be scared of myself. Anybody want to do anything to me? Please help. This one little strand of hair. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, let me get this up the nose shot anyway.
Yeah, if we could just get like all of it in my nostrils, that'd be. Talk about horror show. Hello.
How many is she drinking?
4. 3, 2. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've never had anything out of a blood bag, other than like maybe an IV.
Yeah, you're
but
missing
this is a thing, Melissa.
Our blood bags are actually in Ickyville, where our wonderful creature Lugnut will be helping us with this wonderful taste testing.
Okay. Okay. Purple people eater.
Yes.
Great.
So Purple People Eater is a mix of desert pear, syrup, cranberry, and lemonade.
I'm gonna be really honest. Drinking something out of a blood bag is like one of the most interesting experiences I've had in a while. but at the same time, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, purple people eater blood. Is it good?
Yes, it's delicious, purple
Yes.
people eater, but I hear this one's for kids.
We do have 2 adult beverages here. We have, would you like to try the zombie juice next? It's a mixture of vodka, Granny Smith apple, and pineapple juice.
You had
so
me
give
at
that a whirl.
vodka. Oh, this is so good. Okay. So Lugnut, I'm just like really curious. You have a Letterman's jacket, but did you go to school? Okay. Let's try this. When you have it, like, is it like Halloween Town type school? Like, I don't understand. Like, where's the school? Like, I don't. I think I'm gonna need more of this to talk to Lugnut a little bit more. No offense. Okay, they did leave one really spooky thing here. I found it on the way to our next spot. Candy corn! I actually think it's quite delicious. I don't know what's wrong with you people. Yvonne found Bonbon, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Look at her dress. I mean, it is like something fierce. Does anyone ever ask you to strut in that?
Of course. Would you like me to strut right now?
Yes.
I can be your sugar when you're feeling for that sweet spot. Put me in your mouth, baby, and eat it till your teeth rot. I can be your cherry apple pecan.
I hear that this is where you can come trick-or-treating.
We have 9 unique doors that kids can go to.
Oh, wait, kids can trick-or-treat and get fun little treats here and like don't have to do anything?
No.
It's just treats? You just get it?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a lot of candy, there's a lot of treats. Are there any shows or anything that people can do around here?
We have this magnificent band. They're candy horns. They play the sweetest of tunes that you can just listen to and have fun.
I see what you did there. They play the sweetest of tunes. Oh my gosh, and the kids can come and meet you too, Yvonne?
Of course. I would love to meet everybody.
I'm gonna go.
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go.
So, Kendall joins me now. So, this is more family friendly, family focused than Valley Scare.
Right. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say I avoided Valley Scare because I don't like to be terrified. So this year it's all about, here's these 4 different little towns you can go to, and they're really, really cool. They're all very family friendly, very kid friendly. The spookiest thing is Lugnut, and he's not that scary.
My favorite thing, and this is like the Valley Fair people doing their job. My favorite thing is the PR people invite you. Here, we're gonna have you do an interview with a character that can't talk. That's my favorite thing ever.
I love
Here's this
Lugnut.
interview subject, but they can't talk. Go.
Blood
Create
bath.
television.
I
love
loved
it.
the blood bags, though. Those were really
That's
fun.
cool.
That was really, really cool.
Hey, and I like that they have something for families. Way to go, Valley Fair. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. There's enough scary stuff.
Yeah.
So it's good that they have it for families. Yeah. Look at the light, Carol Ann. Welcome back. So, yesterday, we ran out of time for Merch Monday, so we're doing it today. Thanks to everyone sending in your pictures wearing your Jason Show merchandise. First up is Jeannie. Jeannie says she bought this for her mom, Jean. She watches the show every day. Jeannie says, thanks for finally having merch so we can represent. And thanks for bringing joy to her mom daily. The pictures aren't working.
Oh, we can't even show you.
Maybe we'll do Merch Wednesday. We couldn't do Merch Monday.
Nope.
Now we can't do Merch Tuesday.
3rd time's a charm.
Tune in tomorrow for Merch Wednesday.
And pretend you didn't hear that part.
Oh, I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna open a Kool-Aid stand.
There's some wine over there.
I'm gonna go drink wine. If you want to order some merch, it's easy. We have mugs, t-shirt, water bottles, Fabergé eggs. If you aim your camera app at the QR code right now, it'll take you right to our store. We've also posted links on our Facebook and Instagram pages. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. It almost worked. We almost had a merch. Okay, Merch Wednesday tomorrow. One more reminder, if you have reserved tickets for our show, please make sure that you look in your spam folder. When you reserve a date, a confirmation email will be sent to you. So make sure you check your email because, again, we're having a situation where like 50 reserve and 4 arrive. That's right. But we love our 4. The biggest winner on the show, You Bet Your Life, is local. He'll join us live. That's tomorrow. But right now, if you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on, Kendall.